Global trade is physically constrained. Every day, thousands of massive cargo ships are forced to squeeze through incredibly tight man-made concrete channels just to keep the world's supply chains running. Because massive continents block the direct paths, the global economy relies on vessels taking extreme detours. Ships traveling from Asia to Europe or the Eastern Americas often sail thousands of miles south just to navigate around the land. In the maritime shipping industry, distance is strictly tied to profit. Shaving even a few miles off a single voyage saves companies millions of dollars in fuel and operational overhead. To secure those minimal distance savings, these long journeys are funneled straight into highly congested choke points like the Suez and Panama canals. The entire system of global trade is trapped by fixed geography, remaining completely dependent on a few specific vulnerable shortcuts. Geographically, there is a more efficient path. To connect these major economic hubs, the shortest route involves a straight line directly across the top of the globe. Historically, this has been impossible. The center of the Arctic is covered by an impenetrable shield of thick sea ice, completely blocking large-scale cargo vessels from crossing the North Pole. Which brings us to Greenland. For decades, the public has largely viewed this enormous landmass as an empty, isolated wasteland. Due to a rapid climate shift, this dismissed block of ice is now positioned to become one of the most valuable geographical checkpoints on Earth. Trade analysts are currently planning a new pathway, the transpolar sea route. It runs straight through the North Pole, directly linking Asia and Europe. The catalyst is a warming climate. By 2050, projections show the thick Arctic sea ice will retreat enough for large-scale shipping. As the permanent ice barrier dissolves, this straight line across the top of the world becomes a viable, open passage for international commerce. Logistically, this bypasses the old system. Ships taking the polar route can avoid the congestion, delays, and fees associated with the Suez and Panama canals. This chart shows the projected travel distance and transit costs of the transpolar route compared to the current Suez route. The data shows the route shaves thousands of kilometers off the journey, saving the industry unprecedented time and money. By forcing the ice to recede, the warming climate is transforming the Arctic Ocean into the ultimate maritime shortcut. Consider Greenland's exact placement in relation to this new global map. Its eastern shore runs directly alongside the path of the proposed transpolar highway. Because cargo vessels must sail through the waters right off its coast, the island effectively functions as a natural toll booth for this traffic. That physical proximity instantly upgrades Greenland from an isolated island into the primary anchor point for a vital trade artery. These logistical savings translate directly into a struggle for international power. Whichever nation exercises political and territorial authority over Greenland will possess outsized control over this entire newly formed trade network. Throughout the 20th century, holding the territory around the Suez and Panama canals allowed nations to project their global economic dominance. Experts project the transpolar passage will eventually become even more economically valuable than the Suez Canal. This puts Greenland at the center of a high-stakes chess match, with competing world powers vying for influence over its territory and surrounding waters. The competition for control over the 21st century's most critical shipping lane will be decided right here,